Episode of the Video Marketing Show. My name is Amanda Robinson. I am the Digital Gal, and as per usual, you know that I like to geek out on everything and anything to do with Facebook, especially Facebook and video advertising. So we're going to take a look at some video ads today. In the meantime, while people are hopping on live, you know the usual drill. You can head over to the Digital Gals Facebook page, and you can type in that super secret word outstanding on any of the posts. So just type it in the comments on any of the posts over on my Facebook page, and then you can talk to my BF, my bot friend, for an opportunity to get a beautiful little sticker pack sent out to you. I know I keep talking about it at the beginning of every show, but they've actually been a little bit kind of popular. So and stickers have been arriving and people have been loving them. So therefore, if you want to get your paws on some of these, go to the Digital Gals Facebook page, type the word outstanding on any of the posts, and then you can talk to my BF, my bot friend, and I can send you out some. So now that we've got people popping on, let me hop into the chat, see who is here. We have Justin is in the house. Justin, good evening, your time. Good afternoon, my time. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon over here in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. So let me know where you are tuning in from. Drop in the comments, say hello. Yep, Bob the Bot. You can, and you've chatted with Bob the Bot a few times. Hi, Dennis. It is good to see you popping in here. Thanks for joining in. There we are. So today we're going to be talking about video. Well, we're always talking about video marketing. It is the video marketing show. But specifically, what I'm going to be looking at are video ads on Facebook. And we're going to pick a couple of them apart. What I've done is I've lined up some of them for you. We're going to dive into the ads library and take a look. We've got, let me try and pronounce it. Narcisse from Brazzaville in Congo, Africa. Man, I love how we have people tuning in from all over the place. Where else would you have an opportunity other than through live streaming, through video, to connect with people like this around the world, where we can get to know each other on a first name basis, where we can strike up conversations and we can actually share thoughts and ideas. If you aren't using live streaming, then you're missing out on opportunities like this. And Narcisse is saying perfect. Okay, I got it right. Score. If you missed yesterday's show, so I've got 2 shows on the go. This is the video marketing show. I also have What in the Ads is going on, and I want to give a shout out to that show I did yesterday because of the discussion, the level of discussion that was going down in the comments. So yesterday I was talking about is organic distribution dead? And the consensus in the comments is, well, it's not dead, but it's kind of limping along for some of us, and it's getting a lot harder to make organic content work. So I just want to give a shout out to that show. If you want to go and take a look at that, that's on the Digital Gals Facebook page. Some really good discussion going down in there. So my encouragement to you is I am hoping that we can get some good discussion going on here while we talk about different video ads, and I'll show you some different video ads that we can kind of pick apart, analyze, take a look at. And then, oh, wow. I actually you're watching me over Friends Reunion? What? Okay, I'm calling you up for being a little crazy there. That's awesome. And you saw the banana, Amanda. Yeah, yesterday I was playing around. So I live stream with different tools. Restream is what I'm live streaming with right now. I'm inside the Restream studio, and that's what's allowing me to pull up all of these captions and graphics and have everything be super seamless and easy. Yesterday I was using Ecamm also with Restream, because Ecamm plays in nice with Restream to let me multi-stream into multiple different locations. But yesterday I had Ecamm up, and I had it split screen with Snapcam, which is Snapchat's desktop filter application. So I had myself turned into a banana yesterday talking. It was, oh my gosh, I couldn't stop laughing. I enjoyed that one personally. So sometimes I do these crazy things because it makes me laugh, and I'm glad that you were able to tune in and catch that. So let's get this party started, shall we? I'm going to throw my little couple second pre-roll here, and then we're going to dive in and take a look at some of these ad examples inside the Facebook ads library. So let's go. giant shout out over to Restream, who is the sponsor of this show, who is allowing us to have all these really cool tools and everything that is absolute user-friendly, drag and drop level of you don't have to be a graphic designer, you don't have to be a live show producer, you could be just a normal anybody who jumps into this browser-based studio and has all of these tools right at your fingertips. So if you're not using live streaming, if you are not leveraging the power of video for your business, this is the time that you need to go. So head on over to thedigitalgal.com/restream. I'll type that into the comments. Restream. The digitalgal/restream. There you go. So you need to go check that out for sure. And let me know how you like it. Okay, let's get some party started here. So Facebook advertising. Hands up in the comments if you do Facebook ads. And then thumbs down in the comments if you haven't tried Facebook ads or you have no interest in Facebook ads, because I might try and change your mind at some point. I kind of like make it my mission, but anywho. So from here, let's pull this down, and I've got the chat up on the go, and we're going to hop over into a screen share. So I'm like itty bitty tiny over here in my little corner. We're going to talk about and we've got Justin is a no to ads. Justin, it's going to be my life mission to get you into doing Facebook ads. That's going to be like my annual goal on my goal of like my quarterlies. And did I achieve all my check marks and benchmarks? I'm like, did I get Justin doing his own Facebook ads? Yes. Okay. 2021 has been achieved. So the Facebook ads library, I'm surprised at how many people aren't aware that the Facebook ads library is a thing. It's a searchable library. You can head on over to, let me just copy this and drop this into the comments here and drop it in there. So you can head on over to facebook.com/ads/library. Now heads up, if you do go over there, let me see if I can just go right back to the basic library. So when you first get into the ads library, it's going to default to whatever country you're in. I'm in Canada, and generally it's going to default to, sometimes it defaults to searching only ads related to elections or politics or issues. So when you go to search for an advertiser, nothing comes up, and it can be a little frustrating. So in this case, I'm just going to open up my parameters to all, and I'm going to select all categories. And then I'm able to search all the ads across Facebook that are live. And I can go into my own, for example, and I actually don't have any ads currently mounted right now. My next ads cycle is going to be dropping in 2 weeks. So you should see some ads circulating around in about 2 weeks from me. Now, and then we've got, Lindy is here. Lindy is here. Lindy's saying, I love Facebook ads, but need to do them more often. Yes, because the more often you do it, the more current you stay. When you do them infrequently, you kind of lose it. It's like exercising a muscle, but it's like exercising a muscle where all the rules of the game have completely changed every time you go back to it. So, and then, so let's go. So in the ads library, I've teed up I've done some searches, pulled up a couple of different video ads, and I just want to go through some of the video ads, and we're going to just like pick them apart. In all honesty, when I set up this show, I really wanted to, I'm going to stop screen share for a second here. When I first set up this show, I really wanted to have a before and after glow up, and I think I'm going to redo this portion because I really do want to have the before and afters to show you, but I didn't have the right examples. So in this case, and I have this default problem of being a positive person in that I'm too polite. I think it's like a Canadian thing. I'm too polite. I don't want to pick anybody apart. Like I don't want to insult anybody or offend anybody. And I just want to compliment and uplift everybody. So all the ads that we're going to look at, we're going to be looking at all the positive, uplifting things. And then we'll throw in a couple comments on how we could improve it. But in the meantime, back into that screen share. So let's pull open a tab here. Who's first? Let's see. All right. So I've got a Nike ad here. So I searched the ads library, found an ad, and then pulled it up so I can tee it up here. So I'm just going to hit play. Now, first thing you're going to notice, we have a lot of motion, a lot of action. We have real people. We have people looking at the camera. We have activity. We have smiles. We also have captions. They're really tiny for you to see, but we have captions. So this is an example of an ad where I want to say from a video ad perspective, it's keeping your attention span moving because you want to understand what's going on. It also has a mood and a feeling to it. And it's very female dominated in this. And then we have the call to action is check out Diamond's story, and the call to action CTA button is download. Now keep in mind all these video ads that you're going to be looking at or producing. You're producing video ads to be displayed on mobile. Think about this. When we're talking about ads and we're talking about Facebook ads, the majority of the ads that are being delivered on the mobile network. So desktop, small portion. Mobile, lion's share. We're talking like 90% of ads are happening on these puppies right here. And then of that, you have Apple, and then you have Android. Then we've got the whole iOS 14 update that is just throwing a wrench into the whole plan. However, it doesn't matter. If you have video ads that you have circulating on Facebook, that's on Facebook's platform. That's first party data. So that's information. Those people that are watching your videos, you can retarget those people. And you don't have to worry about the whole iOS 14 update as far as being able to retarget people who watched your videos on Facebook and as you're circulating your ads through Facebook. But the whole point of that is people are watching your ads on mobile. So they're watching them this big, like this big. And that's why when I'm screen sharing and showing you an ad that looks this big, it's because that's how you're going to be seeing most of the ads. You're not going to be opening them up in full beautiful format and watching these ads in full screen on your TV unless you are crazy like some of us and use Facebook Portal and have it plugged in anyway. So most ads are being seen in an incredibly small format. So in improvements on this ad, I would say they do have captions in here, but the captions are so small that when we go to hit play and we watch this, you're not really seeing any of it. The other thing that I did is that I muted these tabs. So I have my tab muted at the top. All these tabs, when I go to hit play on these videos, they'll be in mute. Why? Well, again, over 90% of people are watching your ads without sound. So you want to make sure that you aren't trying to carry this based on a narrator or somebody in the background talking to give it context and having no captions. Facebook will auto caption things, but having your own captions burned into the video can be helpful too. So let's take a look at another example over here. Let's go. So I want to show you, and I pulled up some examples of different types of video ads too, because this is a video ad that has no people in it. There are no faces. There's no action necessarily. It's essentially a version of a slideshow. But the pros and cons, the benefit of this type of video ad is that it's moving along at a fast enough pace that we have enough time to read it and to glance around and see what's happening on it. But it's moving fast enough that it keeps our interest, and there's motion happening in all aspects of it. So therefore, it's not just a slideshow that comes on screen with a static image that doesn't move for 3 seconds and then moving on to the next. Plus, it's got a really nice balance of color play. It's eye-catching, but it's different. So I wanted to show you ads that are using people in them, and I want to show you ads that aren't using people in them. And then we can look at the different call to action. In this case, it's saying Black-owned beauty guide. Check it out. Shop now is the call to action. And notice how it's not, in this case with this video ad, we're not relying on a big, wordy, salesy sales pitch happening in the primary text area of the ad. It's very short, sweet, and to the point. It's really relying on the products themselves to showcase those products and push that information out there. All right, let's take a look at another example that we have here. Into the next example, I'm keeping with the beauty theme. Don't worry, I've changed it up with some of the other ads. Let's hit play on this. So this is an example of an extremely simple ad. You have information that you can read, but you have somebody looking at you in the camera. It's striking, it's eye-catching, and our human brains are programmed to go, oh, when you have somebody staring at you so intently, right, it feels like they're looking right through the camera at you. Those tend to be eye-catching. And when I've tested images across different ads, usually the images where you have somebody staring straight on at the camera are going to perform better than the ads where you have somebody in the background and smiling and talking to somebody else. The face-on imagery can be very, very striking. And then in this case, we have in 25 flexible shades, shop now. And again, we're not going into giant long-form ad copy. These video ads that I've shown you so far, these aren't trying to make hardcore sales. These are a lot of awareness building. These are going to be top of funnel, served to cold audiences of people who don't know you. Well, I mean, in this case, the brand awareness runs strong here. But you can see that it's not overcomplicated. And this is kind of the point that I'm trying to drive home with showing you different types of video ads. They don't have to be full production, full complicated. They can be slideshow level. You can create this in Canva. You can go into Canva, you can pull in some cute little backgrounds, drag and drop an image, and put some text on top, and then animate it. So that's an example of a video ad that is not so difficult to do, and it's short, sweet, to the point. But notice again how I'm showing you the text is a little on the small side when we get into it. Remember, most people are watching these on mobile. All right, let's take a little clip on over here. All right. Who's watching Formula One on Netflix? Me. So again, short, sweet, to the point. It's not, it has a bit of a call to action in it. So become part of the team and join us on Instagram. And again, they have a learn more, but I'm going to hit play on this. And again, I have this muted. You can see he's talking right at the camera. Similar how we were talking about the other one, the other image where the image is striking because it's looking right at you, or it's make a very clear connection. In this case, starting out with him talking to you. And then we have motion, action, activity. And the interesting thing about this is that this ad, when I search this ad, it's in multiple languages. So they've just taken all of their captions. And yes, we have Lewis Hamilton starting out in the front where he's talking in English, but they created multiple variations of this ad where they have these captions down here are in multiple different languages depending on where they're serving this. So it's a great example of how they've taken an ad, they've taken a bunch of different clips. There's lots of action, activity, fast motion that really aligns with the brand, and it keeps you intrigued in seeing what's happening next. So I really like that. There's a lot of opportunity down here for the call to action to be translated better into that headline. The headline's a little on the weak side. And overall, it says, join us behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram. So really, they're just trying to use this video ad to increase their Instagram following. And they're saying behind the scenes. And I think the video itself is a little bit fuzzy because it's replayed a few times. Yeah, and as we get into, so their video, their source video is a little bit fuzzy. But ultimately, this is an example where they're just using video. They're using video ads in order to get people to follow their Instagram. It's pretty simple, again, top of the funnel stuff. And how do I get... Lindy is saying, oh my God, how did I not know I could search ads? I know. When you are searching ads through Facebook's ads library, keep in mind it's only going to show you active ads that are currently running. I've got a few more that I'm going to show you on the screen share here. Facebook is only going to show you ads that are currently actively running, and it also shows you the different networks that these ads are showing on. So it'll show you if it's showing on Facebook or Instagram, the audience network, and across different placements. It'll show you if there's multiple different variations of that ad. And it's a great way to kind of, I don't want to say spy on the competition, but it's a great way to check out what other brands are doing. Now, my one caution with going into the ads library is I see a lot of real estate teams will do this. They will go in and search their competitors' ads, and then they want their ads to look just like their competitors. And they just have these assumptions that, oh, wow, that ad must be performing really well because they've had it up for a long time. When you're looking at competitors' ads, you're looking at people's ads inside the ads library. You have no idea how well those ads are actually performing. So a competitor could have an ad up and running, and the ad itself could be tanking. Their targeting could be way off. Their auto placements could be on everywhere, and you can have those ads showing up inside in-stream videos and getting a ton of video views, racking up the video views. But realistically, those are forced plays where people are forced to watch 15 seconds of the video before they can click to move off of it or carry on with the video that they were already watching. So that's not necessarily a great indication of, oh, it's a fantastic ad. So just take it with a grain of salt. Like take caution when you are looking at other people's ads. Use it for inspiration, the same way that we are doing that today. We're looking at these ads and we're picking out the things that they're doing really well and using it for inspiration to look at how can we be integrating video ads into our brand and into our habits. Video ads don't have to be terribly difficult. They can be beautiful. They can be a full production, or they can just be slideshow, Canva level, drag and drop, clip it together, create a little MP4 file and run with it. And you should be experimenting with lots of different variations of video ads. How do I get Facebook to show my ads? That's where you take the 4-week Facebook ads bootcamp with the digital gal, and I teach you how to build the ads from the ground up. I teach you how to do your audiences and targeting so you can put the ads in front of the right people. And then I teach you how much budget you're going to need and put a strategy behind it so you're not wasting your time or your money. And then I teach you how to read the results so that you know, hey, did it work? Or did it not work? And we have Kamti from Kamti, India. Is that Kamti from India? Hello, it's good to see you here. And then got Justin. We've got some good conversation going. It's nice to see recognizable faces happening in the background here. All right, so let's look at a couple more of these ads, shall we? All right, let's go look at who we got here. Okay, this is an interesting one. Let me back it up. So this is whale watching. This is not far from me technically. Now, this is just a video ad. It's very simple. This is an example where we have more information in the text. So we have more information in our primary text where they're saying private half-day wildlife adventures. And the video ad itself is basically, it's the expectation of what you could see if you go on these tours. We don't have a whole lot of text. We've got a tiny little logo down here, which is okay. I really caution people when it comes to video advertising of starting your video with a giant logo that's on the screen for 3 to 5 seconds and then moving into the actual content. So I like how in this video ad they started out with the whales because that's what we're here to see is whale watching. And then they have all of these other wildlife woven into the video. It is so simple, it's elegant, it's clean, and it's realistic. It's very much what you could see. And then they ended off with a little what they are and where they are. And then they have private tours save 20% and their call to action button, their CTA is book now. So I think there's more opportunity in this. They did a fantastic job keeping it simple. And when we say your video ads don't have to be complicated, what they put together here is not overly complex. It's just some clips that they've probably taken on all their tours and just clipped them all together and away they go. They're simplifying it. They're not overcomplicating anything and it works. But I'd say throughout here, there's right here in this case, they have private tours is one point they could be making. Save 20% is another point they can be making. Open air vessel, they have here in their text, open air vessel, which is a really good thing right now, considering we're still dealing with pandemic restrictions. And then flexible departure times. So those are all different points that they've made in varying areas of this ad. One way to tighten this ad up and make it even better would be to have your whale scenes, but then have some text overlays that you can put on top of the video, just calling out those call to actions, such as private half-day whale watching, open air vessel, flexible departure times, private tours, save 20%, and then wrapping it up with an actual call to action. Okay, what am I supposed to do right now? Book now or book for this weekend. So those are examples of ways that you can take this content and you can just gussy it up a little bit better. And Lindy, the bootcamp is 100% worth it. What I was saying about the Facebook ads bootcamp before. Thank you. We just wrapped up the May bootcamp. I run it live, so all the Facebook ads training is done live in a private Facebook group. And the next one is coming up in August, but you can technically join literally anytime. All the replays from the previous run are there available for consumption on the spot. And then once you're in the bootcamp, you're in the bootcamp for life. So you get the bootcamp by becoming a member of Swift Kick in the Ads. And even if you cancel your membership in the future, you can still stay in the bootcamp and retake the bootcamp every time I rerun it over and over and over. Because the whole bottom line is this stuff, Facebook ads, this changes so often. It changes so much that if you're paying me to learn Facebook ads, I want to make sure that you can continue to grow with it and not just say, oh, I bought the Digital Gals Facebook ads course, a year ago, and then I never really did anything with it. Now it's all outdated and I don't want to pay again. So that's why I keep the bootcamp just It's basically like an open door. You can just keep taking the training over and over and keep current as Facebook grows. Oh, good. So Kamati India, the actual name is Atul. It's very nice to meet you. I'm glad that you're here and learning something new. This is great. Awesome. I love that. I love it when people pop in here. All right, so let's take a look at some more. I've got some more examples for you. All right, so that was an example. I absolutely love the video content that they're using for this. I love the simplicity of the ad. I think at a glance, as a consumer, at a glance, there's more opportunity to call out and shout out those benefits and those selling points of what's important to me to know that if I'm going to go on a whale watching tour, what am I looking for right now? Yeah, I want to save 20%. Yes, I want an open air vessel. Yes, I want flexible departure times. Yes, I would love a private half day tour. So there's and yes, I want to know that I'm going to see more than just whales. So that's an example of how we can gussy that ad up. And then we have, this is really cool. Swarovski. Yes, I love Swarovski jewelry. Oh, I wish I had a separate budget just for Swarovski jewelry. I don't care about diamonds. Nope. I just want sparkly things, and they have the ultimate sparkle. I know I'm flashing my phone case all the time. My phone case is entirely all Swarovski. I'm in love with it. I love it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking at their ads all the time. So here we have what I love about this ad. We're talking video ads, and this is a really awesome example of how they're leveraging a carousel ad. So we're changing up the ad type altogether. We're not just doing a standard little video. We're changing up the ad types. Let me hit play on this guy here. So we have a video in the first tile of the carousel ad. Now, the other tiles are going to be just static images, and that's fine. But how eye-catching is this? How exciting, how flashy, how beautiful. And then it loops again. So then we can carry on through the carousel. We can see our other imagery, and it's just very striking. And then we have, when we use a carousel ad, we have a lot of real estate at the bottom to add more context to it. So we can change the headlines under every single one of these tiles. In this case, they're showing the different families, the different collections that they have right now. And they're doing something a lot more drastic than their usual classy, elegant branding. They're going a little more bold. And I just love when you're scrolling through the newsfeed and you see this video popping into your space, you're going to watch it. I don't care if you're a guy, I don't care if you're a girl. There's something here going, whoa. So this is an example where we're getting eye-catching. We are changing up the format, and we're leveraging video to lead with our best foot forward. And again, pointing out that the text is so simplified. A lot of the text in a lot of these videos that we're seeing at the top of the funnel are just one-liners. It's one sentence. It's not big, long sales pitches. And then our calls to action down here are very straightforward. And then our CTA button is shop now. So it's very clear that this is a shopping related ad. You're going to go there, you're going to buy stuff. All right, let's take a look at another example. Checking out all right, another example here. All right, this one I was having trouble getting to play. So we'll see if it'll play for us. Okay, it's playing. All right, what I like about it, they have a human. He's talking directly to us. He's looking at us. It is up close and personal. You're making that eye contact. You have context on top of this. You have the name, and then below it saying what he's teaching. Teaches the art of negotiation. So you don't have to have sound. And again, all of these videos that I'm showing you do have sound on them. I've just on purpose muted all the tabs because I'm trying to get the point across that people are not watching your videos with sound. If they have to turn sound on to get context, you got to rework the video, send it back to the drawing board, go do it again. You can have audio with your videos. That's perfectly fine. But just keep in mind, the majority of people are watching without sound. And that is specifically for Facebook advertising. If you're doing TikTok ads and you're doing video formats for TikTok, you betcha you better have good audio. And everyone's watching with sound in that case. Not everybody, but the majority. But in the Facebook ads world, not so much. We can see we have this ad has multiple versions. And this ad is using one of their dynamic products where advertisers provide a combination of images, text, and platform-specific preferences so our system can automatically create the right combination for the audience. So this is Facebook's automation building this out. It's awesome. I have another example, and that's a stories format. Here's another example. Same idea. person talking at you. Then we have some cues. We know this is talking real estate. We have a real estate sign. So it's not just one person talking the whole time. There are other supporting visuals that help give it context. What else have I got in here? Oh, I've got one from Agora Pulse. Let me just check the comments. The comments are good so far. So in here, let's hit play on this. And again, it's in a different language, but you can basically tell what the context of this is. Are you an agency? Come over here and watch this. And then we have somebody addressing the camera, talking head style, and then we have supporting imagery. This is some of that can be very stock imagery, but it's very easy. We've got captions burned into the video. Fantastic. So it's a different style, very corporate business style, and it's walking you through. So we have eye catching at the beginning, person to person connection at the beginning, and there you go. I think it's nice to see the wide range of the different variations of styles of video that you could be creating. What do we got over here? Restream, of course, and I'm gonna bring up my little caption overlay right here. There we are. So if you have not signed up for a Restream account yet, this video is sponsored by Restream. That is what I'm producing this entire show in right now. And you should absolutely go check it out. This is another example. This ad here is an example where Restream is doing, they're highlighting a testimonial. So testimonials don't have to be just that simple. You can create a video ad with it, and there it is. It's that easy. There's nothing too exciting about it. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say it that way. What I'm trying to say is I love the simplicity of it. It's literally just 6 seconds. It's a 6-second ad, and it has some motion and animation to it. So it's one way as you're scrolling through the newsfeed to have motion, action, activity, and to be able to get that scroll stopping curiosity peaked, to stop your scroll and watch and pay attention. Plus, the video is short, so if you're trying to watch it over and over and it's replaying over and over, it's counting toward your replays and it's counting toward that attention span that you're gathering. Now, let's look at this one here. This is a tasty one. And what I love about this video ad, I'm going to pull this down here. What I love about this video ad is that we're doing it, they're leveraging the space. They're leveraging the full vertical space in it. And let me just hit play on that. So we're leveraging the vertical space, but then we're breaking it down into an actual video formatted for the stories format. And it does kind of look tasty. And look, they've brought the logo in at the end. So notice how at the very beginning, we're not putting a giant logo on there. We're not putting text on top of that. We are literally letting the video speak for itself. And at the end, boom, the logo goes in at the very end. So these are different tips and tactics that you can be using inside your video advertising. Pull this back up. These are different examples of video ads, and I'm trying to show you a range of video ads from different formats, from square videos to videos that don't have any humans or people in them, that are done with just text and static images, videos that are done in a carousel format, videos that are done in a stories format, videos that are done with text on top, videos that have no text on top, videos that have people looking at the camera, videos that don't. There's a whole wide range, and you can create video in a massive different wide range of different tools to help you create those videos. You can leverage a lot of stock video that's available. I have another example here. This is not a great example, by the way. I'm showing you some of the tools that are available to help you create these videos. So back into a screen share here. In video is something that I'm using. Let me pull it up over here. So in video, if it'll load, there we go. So in video, this is an example. I'll pull that down. This is an example of video in progress. It's not a final video by any means. It's just playing around with the different tools in here. So let me hit play on that. And there we've got learn Facebook ads. You're lost in the middle of the woods. Your compass is... This is just a template. And this is not a finished video by any means. But it's so easy. If I wanted to say duplicate one of these scenes, I can go into one of these scenes here. and I can duplicate it. Yes, and what I want to show you here is the media library, the stock video library that we can pull from. So say I wanted to swap that out with another video. Let's put this one in here. I can just drag, drop, replace, and I want to trim it to fit the video. Done. So I've just swapped out that video in the background, and now I can go, oops, and play it from here. So I'm just showing you examples of on the left there how we have so much. You can search any kind of video content that you want in their massive stock video library. That's like the worst. There we go. Put that back up. There's so much available here for you to use where you don't have to have your own video clips. You don't have to have recorded all of your own video and make it very complicated and complex and really know how to do all of your own video editing. You can leverage simple tools, use templates. Here we go. Done on that. And let's play that one. So it's simple. There are lots of different templated tools out there that you can be using. Let me pull that down, put my little face back up here. There are lots of easy tools that you can use. Like that was in video, for example. If I go into Canva, I can assemble beautiful imagery in Canva, and then I can animate it. So I can animate the text on top of the background and export a little 10-second video file from Canva. So InVideo is cheap and cheerful. I think it's about $10 a month. Canva, I don't even know what the price point is on Canva anymore. Like $20 a month for that. And so those are really easy to use tools. There's also I use Enlight Video Leap on my phone. It's an app that I have on my phone called Video Leap. And yes, it's paid, but again, it's super cheap in the grand scheme of things. And so I can use that to just drag and drop. They have, again, stock video library built right into it. So I can pull up all sorts of different clips, overlay text on top, overlay some animations, filters, everything you can imagine. And I can create different formats from landscape formats, square, and vertical formats on the go. That's what I love. And then I have Camtasia that I'm using to do video editing for longer videos or more professional videos. So these are things that there's varying degrees of difficulty or simplicity. And in your video advertising, let me go back into the screen share and I'll show you again one more time, just a quick overview of some of these ads that we took a look at. So in the ads library, again, from Nike, it's using people. This is obviously a custom filmed one where they have filmed all of this intentionally themselves for the purpose of this video. They do have captions that they have burned onto the video. So those are not Facebook's auto captions. These are captions that they have put in there. To this one where it's not using any people. It's not using any stock video. It's just using images, text, and it's slideshow style, but it has motion and it's eye-catching. To this one here, where this really is, again, slideshow style, very simple. There are about 4 or 5 different pieces to it. And it just rotates through. Very, very simple, elegant. To this one here, where we start out with Lewis Hamilton talking at the camera. And we've got big burned on captions down below that have been burned onto the video itself, not using Facebook's auto captioning. And we have a very fast moving, flashy video that's eye-catching and keeps you engaged. To this one here, the whale watching one, where, hey, yeah, why wouldn't you want to see that? Yes, please. And then we can add more context onto this using templates, for example, where we can add text on top, burn in captions on top, etc. To over here, where let's go back to this is, I just adore this ad style so much, how they're leveraging video in a carousel tile format to capture that attention span to stop the scroll, and then have higher potential of you scrolling through the rest that are leveraging static image. You can have video in all of these tiles. If you're going to use video in carousel ads, you're going to want those to be 30 seconds long. And then we have vertical format here. Very simple, straightforward, to the point. Meet your new instructor. Same with this one here, where we have other imagery to kind of back up the context, where we have the real estate sign that'll pop in here. Wait for it. And wait for it. There it is. So it really does give you a little more context when you're watching it. To this one here, Agora Pulse. Who are we talking to? We're setting the stage right away. Agencies, we want to talk to you. So that's a great example of how the beginning of the video is identifying exactly who you want to be talking to. And then simplistic, just so simple. Restream, leveraging motion, graphics, animation, keeping it so simple. That counts as a video ad. It's fabulous. So these are all different examples. And then this one here where we're using the full real estate of the vertical format to be able to create a very interesting and engaging video where we're not putting text on top of everything. We don't really need to talk. We don't need to talk. You're letting the sandwich talk for itself. But those are all just different video examples. And I gotta pull that screen share down, stop that. Yeah, and I like that we've got people popping in here. It's good to see everybody in here. So what I want to leave you with on that, pull myself up here. The whole concept behind video advertising is that it doesn't have to be complicated. That video's playing in the background. It's making me hungry, so I just had to hit stop. Video advertising doesn't have to be complicated, but some of the takeaways that I really want you to take back to the drawing board with you when you are going to create those video ads, create them without sound. You can add sound in. The sound is like the icing on the cake. The sound is the benefit. And this is specifically for Facebook. If you're advertising on TikTok, different ball game. You need sound and it's got to be good. But if you're advertising on Facebook, sound is like the last thing. Build your ad without sound. So when you're creating everything, build it without any sound at all, and then add sound back on top as the final thing you do. And if it's somebody talking, add captions, burn on those captions, or put text overlays with the top, like just the highlight points to give context for somebody to understand what they're watching without having to hit play on sound. The other thing is keep it, don't be dropping, it's not about you to start. You need that call to action right up front. Like we saw with that Formula One one with Lewis Hamilton. Right away, he's like, come join us over on Instagram. That's the call to action. That's the whole point of that ad. And it's the first thing that you saw in that ad right up front. We're not waiting for people to watch 6 seconds, 8 seconds, 12 seconds of the video to get to the point of what do you want us to do? You want to get right into it because that attention span is so fleeting on Facebook. You have milliseconds to stop the scroll. Then you only have 3 seconds to capture their attention. And then if you can get them past the 15-second mark, you are winning. So heavy load that important call to action information up front. What do you want people to do? In my case, I want them to learn Facebook ads. So I'm not going to get into all of these other concepts or this build up to a crescendo at the end of the call to action built way back further into the video. No, I'm going to put that call to action a little further up in the video while I'm capturing your attention span. You need it to be scroll stopping. So make it about them, not necessarily about you. And motion, when you feel like when you're building that video ad and you have 5-second transitions in between everything, so you're showing a clip for 5 seconds, then you transition into another clip for 5 seconds, and then it just, our attention spans have tightened up so much. You just got to keep it popping. You got to keep it clipping along beautifully and quickly. Lots of motion, lots of change, lots of variation. Because if you have this beautiful lead up, I've had, for example, real estate videos, I've had some of them that have gorgeous drone shots, but the drone shot, they're slowly going through this drone shot and expanding out and further and further. And it's 5, 6, 7 seconds of the same scene. And it just, the attention span, you're just losing it right up front. So keep the beginning of your video moving quickly, moving the story or plot line along, or moving the visuals along quickly. Take your logo is the last thing people care about right now. Leverage that area in the top of the video ad where it has your page name. Your page name is going to speak for itself. Leverage the headline area and the call to action button to tell people what you want them to do. But you need to keep it moving quickly. If you have a 5-7 second lead in and then you have a logo up front, nobody cares about your logo. They care about what is this video doing for you. So when it comes to your video advertising, sorry, checking on the chat here. When you have video advertising, it doesn't have to be complicated. And Lindy saying, thanks for the great info as always. You definitely encouraged me to try video in my ads. This is great. Yeah, literally, that's essentially how I've been feeling as when I was going through all these videos and pulling up those examples. I'm like, I'm gonna put this example in there, and now I'm like, I could really go for a sandwich or a burrito. Kind of jonesing for a burrito right now, to be honest. So that's what I might do. Burrito time. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap it up here. Again, all of the whole purpose of this, going through, watching all this, looking at the ads library, looking at other videos, is just to get inspiration. I want you to see that there's more than one way of doing it. There's no perfect way of doing it. There's no one right answer, but having multiple variations, trying new things, using different tools and technology, use in video, use Wave Video, use Canva, use Camtasia, use Adobe Premiere Pro, use all sorts of different, use whatever tools you feel like using, but try something you haven't done before and focus on video advertising. Video, video, video. If you're not using video in your ads, and again, I encourage you, if you didn't have the chance to check out yesterday's video on my page talking about organic distribution and is organic dead? Well, the answer is not quite, but video. We really, really highlighted the point on why video is so critical to your organic strategy and your ad strategy, and why your ads and organic need to work together to do a lot of the heavy lifting. So go and check that out for sure. You can find that over on my page at The Digital Gal, facebook.com/The Digital Gal. And with that, I hope that everyone here is going to have a fantastic, excellent week and a fantastic rest of your weekend. Justin, I'm really glad that you took time, and I know I took you away from watching the Friends reunion, and I know you have that on pause. So that's a huge compliment to me. Thank you for making the time to tune in and be here. I really, really, really appreciate that so much. So again, last but not least, this show is brought to us by Restream, which is exactly what I'm using for producing this entire show right here inside Restream Studio. It is fabulous and beautiful and wonderful, so user-friendly, so easy to use. And if you're not using live video as part of your strategy, guess what, guys? It's time. It's time, okay? All right. With that, everybody, have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you again next week.